Hi, April Roberts with Princeton Disability Advocates. Some of you have had some additional questions in response to our video on getting disability benefits for mental health issues. It's no secret that getting approved for Social Security disability benefits for mental illness or mental health issues has its challenges. If you refer to the video that I posted earlier, I got into some of the specific mental illness and mental diagnoses that Social Security looks at and considers to be disabling. Now, not everybody falls into those nice, neat categories, and perhaps you don't have a specific diagnosis, or maybe you have a number of diagnoses that in combination make it difficult for you to be able to work. Well, how does Social Security look at those things? Well, to make it simple, though it's not specifically stated in the rules for the regular layperson to read, if you have not been hospitalized in the recent past, and that means going into the hospital for mental health treatment, it might be difficult for you to get approved for Social Security disability. Now, if you've not been recently hospitalized, does it mean that you're going to get denied? No. However, for those that have been recently hospitalized, especially if it's been more than once in the past year, it might be easier to get approved. Another thing that's extremely important, and a lot of people have difficulty with this, is you do need to be in current treatment. Some people have difficulty with that because they say, but I don't want to be on medication. You don't have to be on medication to be in regular treatment. You need to be speaking to a therapist, and you should also be following with a psychiatrist or a psychologist in addition to seeing a therapist. Now, the reason for that is Social Security wants a medical opinion, and they can't get that medical opinion from a licensed social worker or a licensed counselor. So you want to have somebody that has the proper letters behind their name, and that can be a psychiatrist or a psychologist, to give an opinion or to sign off on a diagnosis or certain functional limitations that you might have because of your mental health issues. Now, a therapist may be able to submit to or to verify certain issues that you have, whether it's agoraphobic symptoms or anxiety or panic attack type problems or problems with your concentration or dealing with large crowds of people or being able to work with others, so on and so forth. But if you don't have a doctor to sign off on those issues, Social Security is going to need a specific medical opinion. To do that, they may send you to one of their doctors. Now, I'm not saying that Social Security's doctors aren't going to give an honest to goodness opinion, because I've seen plenty of Social Security doctors give supporting opinions, very honest opinions, even not in support sometimes of a case. However, you really are you're in better hands with your own physician, with your own doctor, being able to back up an opinion on what's going on with you. Those are some really key things that you should have in place in order to support your claim for Social Security disability for mental health. Another thing that can help you out, there are numerous, they call them residual functional capacity or RFC forms, physician statement forms. If you can get your psychiatrist or psychologist to complete these forms, some offices, my office uses them. Social Security even has their own versions of these forms, and sometimes try to even send them out to your doctors and therapists. But if you can get your psychiatrist or psychologist to complete these forms and speak to your functioning issues that you may have with your anxiety or your depression, dealing with other people, and to the level of severity that you have with each of those issues, that can also help your case. Now, Social Security, they have kind of a very sterile way, I guess that's the best way to put it, a very sterile way of looking at mental health. Unfortunately, they tend to lean toward presuming that a person who has a lot of anxiety or a lot of social anxiety as being able to do work where you're not going to be around a lot of people, or you're able to work in situations where you're alone or the work is slow paced or what they consider low stress. There you go. What is a low stress job? Which really isn't fair, because some people, despite even not being around others, still can experience very, very substantial anxiety and other symptoms. And not only that, but most people, if you've started a job, you have to spend time with others in order to get through that training period, which is often, the issue that folks that have anxiety issues tend not to make it through those time periods. So it's really important that you get your doctor to speak to that you would even have difficulty with those issues if that is the case, so that Social Security can't necessarily lean on those assumptions to deny you your claim. There are some simple tips right there. There's a lot more that I could speak to on that. If you believe that your mental health or anxiety, depression diagnoses are preventing you from being able to work, give us a call at 866-842-7273 and speak to one of my staff for a free consultation. I'll be happy to look at your case and we can go from there. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.